I think when you're passionate about what you do, and you follow your dream, you will be successful. So whatever industry it is, yes, study, it will open the door. But fearlessly chase and focus on what it is that you dream about doing.
Fearlessly chase and focus on what you dream of doing. Hey guys, welcome back to the Keegan V Show. I'm your host, Keegan Basil, and I am so excited to bring you another inspiring interview. She featured in Forbes Women Africa, Cosmopolitan, and Glamour Magazine. We've got the gorgeous Zakiyyah on the red couch with me. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Keegan. Thank you for having me.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for dressing up for me today.
Always.
You know. So, Zakiyyah, you come with the most amazing brand and business, and I'm so excited to just dive into business chat with you today. Are you ready? Let's go for it. Let's go back in time a little bit about, just talk a little bit about your fondest childhood memory.
My fondest childhood memory, growing up in Cape Town, it's the most beautiful natural landscape, one of the most beautiful cities in the world. I think being in nature, hiking up Table Mountain, spending time on the beach, best childhood memories.
I love that. And this is amazing because she's got this familiar accent that I'm so used to. And that's how I was so excited to have you on the show today, Zakiyyah, because scrolling through social media, came to Zakiyyah's name and I was like, I need to get this woman on my show. You've got such an incredible story. And I know that the viewers today are just going to fall in love with you even more. So let's talk a little bit about challenges in starting a business, right? So obviously we know that you have House of ZS, which was a phenomenal job. So well done on that. Obviously featuring in Forbes, a lot of hard work, which we'll dive into later on. Featuring on Forbes Women Africa, which is phenomenal. I think that's every female entrepreneur's dream. Glamour Magazine, Cosmopolitan, all the big publications that we love so much. Talk a little bit about how you started. Where did it all begin?
So initially, House of ZS started as a jewelry and accessory brand that then later on transitioned into a concept store. So the jewelry brand started as kind of a hobby, with each piece of jewelry meant to inspire and empower women.
Wow.
And I think after the brand had reached its peak of getting into Bergdorf Goodman in New York City, being featured on Gigi Hadid on the cover of Vogue, I then sold the company and decided that I wanted to empower and encourage other female designers and startup businesses, new brands, to kind of mentor them to achieve the same heights of success. It was all about empowering, giving people a platform to showcase their talent, their work. And most of the brands that we decided to stock in House of ZS are concept store, not the jewelry brand. Not only did it carry my own jewelry brand, but it carried a lot of amazing quality brands that our international clientele, which was about 9 years of clientele from all around the world, USA, London, mostly Europe, Turkey as well. They didn't see these brands, but these brands were amazing, It's all female designers, literally handpicked from my travels, from going to Miami Swim Week, to Italy, to Dubai, the best brands.
That's
it was
beautiful.
Basically a multi-brand concept store.
I love that idea. My goodness. I mean, you are still so young, Zakiyyah. Obviously coming up with a concept like this must have taken you so long, putting pen to paper, having the right conversations with the right people, obviously being inspired yourself by other big businesswomen, alike.
Yeah.
Was there anyone that stood out to you that you always looked at and said, you know what, mom and dad, or Zakiyyah, when you looked in the mirror and said, I want to be just like her, or I'm inspired by her story? Was there any businesswoman or business person that sort of, led the way for you in that sense?
Definitely.
Yeah?
I would say Judy Dlamini.
Ah,
Judy Dlamini, she was on the cover of Forbes Women Africa. She was my mentor and my guide. So she nominated me for Forbes Women Africa. And initially my jewelry brand was stocked in her stores.
That's beautiful.
So she's such a great business
For people who don't know who Judy Dlamini is, she's actually the wife of one of our ex-presidents, right?
Yeah.
Which is amazing. So this is ex-wife, which is amazing because, I think women empowerment in Africa or South Africa in general. It's a very sort of relevant topic to talk about now, I think, in the world
Yeah.
as well. And you are definitely a walking, legacy right now. Like you're doing exactly what these women before you did. And they set the tone, and now you are just picking up from where they left off and you starting something amazing. It must come with challenges though, Zakiyyah. I mean, come on. You started a beautiful business. What are the challenges that sort of come with starting such a big enterprise?
Well, I hate to sound arrogant,
Yeah.
but no,
Oh, yeah?
no challenges. I think if you follow your passion and you sacrifice, you know how to prioritize your dream
Yeah.
over social life or anything else, success will come naturally.
That's beautiful. I love that. Passion, success, sacrifice, all the words of wisdom from Zakiyyah. You're just doing so well. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about House of ZS. So initially jewelry brand, and then retail concept store. Like it's been 10 years already. Like,
Yeah, a
how
decade.
it's been a decade.
decade.
Exactly. How
It's
do you
been a
feel
minute.
about it? I mean, do you still sort of go back in time and sort of recollect how you all started and the love that you have? Do you still have that same passion and love for the brand?
I do still have a big passion for supporting female designers and creative direction. But I think every phase of our life, every new decade of our life demands a different you.
Yeah.
Ideally, we want to evolve, we want to grow into something else, and we're all blessed to have multiple talents. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of working on something else
That's
for the
beautiful.
next decade.
I can't wait
next
to
10
hear about
years.
it. I know that you're not ready to tell us about your future projects, but I know that they are going to be just as amazing and just as inspiring as the ones that you are leaving with us right now. So we go straight into, leaving your own legacy. Like obviously Zakiyyah, you are a personal, brand yourself, and then you've also got your brand. How important is it to distinguish the both? Having your brand be separate to your personal life?
I think it's very important when starting a business. You have to have a balance between personal and business. And very important that you understand that your business is a separate entity to yourself. Most times when building a brand, we kind of attach ourselves to our brand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, us within our own personal entity, we cannot relate to as many people. So keep your brand separate to your personal life.
I love that. I love that. I remember you telling me once, Keegan, people are your best resource, and that stuck with me because I feel like these
100%,
conversations, but
100%.
these conversations that we have now, especially on the Keegan B show, are so relevant and so important because I pick up so much wisdom and so much like intellect from you that it makes me want to go back home, jot all those ideas down, and go and start my own jewelry brand. Which is I think is amazing. But I love that you mentioned people as like a big resource. Why do you feel like people are the biggest resource for you?
People definitely are the biggest resource. I wouldn't say when starting a brand finances, because finances come when you're good at what you do, but people, cultivating your people skills, building relationships, maintaining relationships, because those people will become your consistent clientele base, and that's where your revenue will come from.
Wow, that's so beautiful. That's amazing. Dubai, very different landscape, very different pressure.
about it.
I mean, it comes with a whole different mindset here. Did you adjust very easily to this new life in Dubai compared to in South Africa, then Turkey, and then coming to Dubai?
Look, I had traveled a lot. I was fortunate enough to travel a lot from a young age, and the most important thing in any business in life is to adapt.
Yeah.
You have to adapt. You have to keep up with cultures, countries. You have to.
Culture, right?
Dubai is so different.
Yeah.
Dubai is so different from, Turkey. I had like 8 years in Turkey.
Yeah.
Amazing country, textile haven. But Dubai, it's something else. Dubai is fast. It's cosmopolitan.
It never sleeps.
Concrete jungle.
Right?
No.
I do love it though, because I feel like culturally it definitely like challenges that status quo. Because I feel like if you don't live in Dubai and you think that every Arab country is the same, come to
No,
Dubai
it's not.
and you will be surprised.
Dubai's lit.
It definitely is. I like that. She said it. She said it. I definitely agree with you, Zakiyyah. We are in such a fuzzy time right now. The world's
Yeah.
obviously going through changes.
Pandemic.
COVID-19. There's a lot happening right now.
In Dubai, there's no COVID.
Wow.
I think we're the only city that's open. The
Yeah.
rest of the world is in a pandemic.
I think we're sort of moving with the times now. Like everyone's getting vaccinated. People
Yeah.
are obviously
Actually,
understanding.
the most vaccinated country in the world right now.
That's amazing. And we get to be part of that legacy, which is amazing. But my question actually was culturally, right? When you talk about Zakiyyah and you talk about House of ZS, how did that fit in so nicely with the Dubai culture? Because you have such a cosmopolitan brand. Because I've seen it, I've seen it on all of these major influencers. I've seen it in magazines. I've seen it in Forbes. How does it blend nicely within the Dubai culture?
Well, like you said, Dubai's cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Most of the brands that House of ZS concept store carried were from different countries. They were handpicked from the best designers in each country. So a lot of our clientele could relate.
Yeah.
A lot of our clientele loved that they had something to relate to and it was quality.
I love that. So
we brought the world to Dubai.
And that's exactly what I was waiting for you to say, because I was just going to say that, you starting a concept store, going from jewelry into retail concept store allowed so many designers or so many visionaries an opportunity to showcase their love and their passion.
Yeah.
That's a big achievement. That's a massive achievement. And I just want to say congratulations on actually seeing past, just the normal conversation or the normal narrative, and you challenging that status quo and opening up a platform for all of these visionaries to come and start and say, I'm here, I've got something to say, I've got this work that I'm passionate about. How does it make you feel as a businesswoman? Opening up this door to like all of these other, opportunists or entrepreneurs, visionaries. Yeah. It's definitely a proud moment, because remember, this is your brand. This is something that you started up. This is something that people, when they look at it, they like, thank you, Zakiyyah, for opening up this concept store, because before this, I would not have known how to get my products out there. Right? So you must feel very proud of yourself, because I know I am. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of opening up this talk show where we can have these types of conversations. So that must be a very proud moment. Did you get a lot of support from like friends and family while you were starting up this business?
Yeah, I think, again, people, it's your biggest resource.
Yeah.
When you maintain relationships and you cultivate them, people naturally support you.
I love that. 10 years down the line, retail concept store in retail you're working on other projects. You obviously can't share them just yet, but how excited are you to like actually eventually share that to the public and put it out there?
I am excited. I am working on something new. I think that every phase and decade of our life demands a different you. We have to evolve. We all have different talents. So
that's beautiful. We do. We all do have different talents. And I think, these conversations are what is where we are right now. I think as sort of young entrepreneurs, people that are wanting to put something out there that are a lot more positive and a lot more sort of encouraging, that's something that we need to, wrap our heads around. You, I'm pretty sure, have so many people, climbing into your DMs and emailing you, asking for advice. I mean, do you really find that you can take on that pressure and you can invite people to ask for advice and things?
Well, look, after being interviewed by Forbes, naturally, I had a lot of startup companies, new entrepreneurs who wanted to go into building their own brand, DM me, ask me for advice. So I mentor girls part-time on how to start their own brand. So I am available on social media.
That's amazing.
But I like to keep a very private life at the same time.
That's also very respectful. I respect that. What do your days look? I'm very curious to know this. Like, what do you like normal days in Zakiyyah's life look like? I mean, are you busy from the morning until the evening, or how does it work for you?
Sorry, it's mine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Okay. Continue.
So, about my day, I have a routine. I manage my time, trainer, work, personal development. I think it's so important to manage your time because time is money.
That's beautiful. Time is money. Time is definitely money. And you sitting right here shows that you are, very for this interview. And I'm super grateful that you obviously made time for us today
This
to
is a
come in.
great show. It's a great
Thank you.
concept. I'm so honored to be here.
Thank you so much. Let's talk a little bit about you and sort of, getting into like your swing of starting something different now. Is that where you're going next, or are you going to stay in like the retail lifestyle?
I think, look, I've been in retail and fashion for a decade. Each phase of our life demands a different version of us. We are all born with different talents. So channeling that talent and your energy into kind of different revenue streams or different channels of income is important if you want to be successful. We're not all born to do one thing. So the next decade is going to be interesting. The next
excited.
project is going to be interesting.
I'm excited. There's probably people.
It's completely different from House of ZS, fashion, retail, but it's going to be big.
I love that.
So I'm excited to tell you about
Big's
the
a good
next
word.
project.
Big's a good word. I'm excited for it as well. Obviously there are so many young entrepreneurs coming up. People obviously have their own ideas as to how people make success. So there's the word myth, right? People have myths about this industry. People have myths about starting your own business, being a successful businesswoman. What do you feel like is the most common myth that you have in your industry or field of working?
I think the most common myth, look, most people think that you have to study to do what you do. I mean, I studied business. I majored in BCom marketing, but I didn't end up doing that. I think when you're passionate about what you do, and you follow your dream, you will be successful. So whatever industry it is, yes, study, it will open the door. But fearlessly chase and focus on what it is that you dream about doing.
Fearlessly chase and focus on what you dream of doing. That is like a quote that I think we should use in the near future. Thank you so much for sharing that words of wisdom. That's beautiful. When we go back to you, Zakiyyah, and you like sort of managing your own time, is it important to time manage yourself? Because I'm pretty sure you have so many things that you are, obviously distracted with at the moment. I see that you like personal training, you do your fitness thing, you very sort of like, you take care of your own appearance. And I think that's important assets that you should have as a businesswoman. How do you feel about that as a businesswoman? How do you feel like, how important is it to actually take care of yourself?
It's very important. We only have one body. Live a healthy lifestyle. Take care of yourself, because
absolutely.
Life is about balance. You can't consume yourself with business work 24/7. You have to also feed yourself, work on self-development, work on personal development.
Absolutely. Forbes, Women Africa, Glamour Magazine, Cosmopolitan, all like our favorite magazines. Does it come with added responsibility from your side? Have you felt like you needed to be a lot more present and a lot more strict with your time?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah?
I think not just being in those magazines, I think also in business, it comes with being a director, being a owner of your own company in different countries, having retail stores in different countries, wanting to expand your business alone comes with huge responsibility.
Absolutely. To your younger self, to your younger Zakiyyah, is there any word of advice that you would give her?
Yes. Don't attach yourself to a place. Don't attach yourself to an organization. Don't attach yourself to a company. Attach yourself to a mission, to your purpose and your talent, because that is where your power will remain.
Yeah, I love that. That's where your power will remain. You're saying very interesting and very wise things here. And I am a sucker for good information, because I've been just like so excited to speak to you about just like your business ideas and like where you are right now and where you're going, that I feel like just opening up on the King and B show today has been such a phenomenal experience. I'm pretty sure everyone at home as well. You saying, Keeks, I relate to Zakiyyah's story. Like I've also come from a small town. I have all these big aspirations, all these big dreams, but sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit lost in my own thoughts, because I think we are our biggest detriments, right? We literally stand in the way of our own goals and dreams, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
I was
we
the
limit
same.
ourselves.
Exactly.
And also, like, it doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah.
I come from a small town.
Yeah.
I've had stores around the world. Again, do not limit yourself.
Absolutely.
Do not limit yourself based on society's opinions. Do not. Okay, we are all limited by our parents, family,
Yes.
society.
Yes.
If you feel that you're different,
Yeah.
don't be scared to be different.
Yeah. I love that. I
Don't
love that.
limit yourself.
I love that. And I just want to remind everyone at home, like, your biggest resource are people. And I think
People.
I think you just emphasize that so much. You know, resource, people. Connect with the right, like-minded people, with the right
Exactly.
people. You know, they could be part of your circle, they could be outside of your comfort zone. I think challenging that status quo is what's going to get you to a place.
And challenge yourself also.
And challenge yourself.
Challenge yourself.
Absolutely. So, guys, don't forget that at home. I think sometimes I need to remind myself on that as well, because, you know, we are our own biggest crit. You know,
We are.
We are. I mean, we sit here today, and I mean, there's obviously times where I'm thinking, oh, I could improve on that. I could improve on maybe the types of questions
Every
I could ask
day,
you.
me, like,
you
every
know?
minute of the day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But that's how we evolve. That's how we get better.
Absolutely.
Self-development.
Absolutely. There's so many things that I could, you know, talk to you about, but I know that time is limited. Your time is money, and that's something that she left us with, which I respect so much. But if there
I
was...
do love being on the show, though.
Oh, thank you. Well, that was actually my next question. I was just about to ask you, what would, you know, be the one thing that stands out to you from this interview? What would that one sentence be? You could put it in a sentence.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. I'm so honored. And I think just aspiring to inspire.
Yeah.
Me sharing my story will inspire others.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're trying to get across.
Absolutely. And I know that you are a very private person, so people can connect with you on an email or social media. I know that that's something that you do, but she's a private woman, and we do respect that. So we will just obviously have your links and your socials in the description below. But thank you so much for obviously coming onto the show today. You've been such an inspiration to us all. If you just want to leave with, you know, just a goodbye for our viewers.
I think the TV said goodbye.
Yeah, we're gonna, how did the TV go? Oh my God. Okay, so Zakiyyah, we're gonna say goodbye to you because I know that time is money, and that's something that you left us
Love
with.
being on the show, though.
Thank you, I appreciate that, and thank you for making time for me because I know that you have a very busy schedule. But if you could sum up this conversation in one sentence, what would that be?
I think the concept of sharing our stories with your viewers, it inspires others, and aspiring to inspire. Great
Amen.
message.
Amen.
Thank you, Keegan.
So, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode, and stay connected with us. The next episode is going to be just as great. Thank you so much to Zakiyyah. You guys can see all of her details down below in the description box. I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. Much love. Bye bye.
Thank you.